Throughout my entire life, I have always been taught to show signs of strength. Being only 5'1", I always had to show the fight and desire within myself, despite my short stature. People would always ask and question if my height would affect my performance as an aspiring Division I collegiate athlete. A quote that always motivated me to be stronger is that it's not about the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. I became very independent as I have grown, and I have realized that it is okay to ask for help and that assistance is not a sign of weakness. It takes courage for an individual to be able to put their ego aside and reach out for help. This can relate to many different situations, much like how the third sister reached out and asked if putting cotton in her ears would assist her up the mountain. Sometimes, the more help you can receive, the better the final product will end up. The best example in my life of teamwork and strength in numbers would be soccer. I have played this sport since I was 4 years old, and it has helped me to develop into the person I am today. I had to be able to trust in my team members when we were in the divisional playoffs in high school against our biggest crosstown rivals. We went through overtime and defeated them in penalty kicks. Of course, there are times where I need to believe in my own instincts, much like when Horton was the only one who heard the voice on the spec, and people made fun of him, but he still believed that there were people on it. But there are also times where I need to rely on the help of others, much like how Psyche got help from others to complete the task given to her by the goddess so that she could be with her husband, Eros, again. There is also the story of Ragnell and Gwaine, where Gwaine had to rely on Ragnell and have faith in her to make the right decision on whether she wanted to be beautiful by day and ugly by night, or vice versa. My destiny in life is to become a physical therapist, and in doing so, I need to be able to rely on others and to work well in teams. The physical therapy environment requires constant communication between the doctors and the tech workers to help an individual to heal as needed. Bringing peace and justice to those who have been injured is important to a physical therapist. Helping an individual to accept their injuries and work towards making themselves better is the goal of every person in a clinic. Sometimes these injuries come from car crashes or traumatic diseases affecting an individual, and there may be someone or something to blame. But the healing process at physical therapy can help someone physically and also emotionally or spiritually. I plan on helping individuals, and especially athletes, to heal from any injuries that they may suffer. I know I'll be able to relate especially to athletes of the future because it takes a lot of strength to take the time to allow one's injuries to heal and take that time away from the field to not play. And I also know that it takes courage to go back on the field and play again after one has suffered a truly traumatic injury. I may not always like asking for help, and I know that a lot of individuals may feel the same, and that asking for help may show weakness. But through the strength within myself and the courage to rely on others, I may be able to succeed in life and especially succeed in my destiny of becoming a physical therapist.